Hi, my name is Muheve and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, what's up? My name is Muheve, that over there is Angus. And welcome to On the Block, a series where I really just talk about whatever's on my chest, whatever's disturbing me. And today we in my room again in a different angle. And you're like, what inspired this? If you didn't watch the last video, here's the clip. And the next episode of On the Block is going to be about friendship. We need to talk. What? No, we need to talk. Because what's going on, guys? What is going on? Why are best friends messing with each other's men? This ain't it, guys. And after watching all of that and reading a bunch of confessionals, some that I didn't even share in the video, I really just, some of y'all ain't good people. And some of y'all tolerating disrespectful people and calling them your friends when the feeling ain't mutual, when it's not mutual. So before I even proceed, I asked my best friend, my bestie, I asked my bestie to do just a couple of questions just to describe what friendship means to her and like her take on everything. And truly, when I was truly grateful when I asked her that, because it helped me change the trajectory of this video. And I really just wanted to cover up on how sometimes in our loneliness and in our fear of our loneliness, we end up with people who disrespect our space, whose company we don't even enjoy, and ultimately end up in relationships where us and our boundaries are being disrespected. And I just really wanted to talk to the muses about that. But before I even go on, here's the clip.
I think the same things that applies to for a relationship, regardless of whether it's a romantic relationship or platonic relationship, also constitutes to having a healthy and functioning friendship, namely trust, mutual respect, communication, quality, etc. So, being able to trust your friend and rely on each other, being able to confide in one another, and having that, and knowing that whatever we discuss or whatever that I come to vent to my friend is not going to leave the space, right? And then I think mutual respect as well, because obviously all relationships are built on respect also, and to be able to have respect, mutual respect with your friend, and respecting each other's opinions, each other's boundaries and individuality, and valuing that as much as we are friends, there are times or there are things that we're going to disagree on, and as much as we are not going to agree on certain things, I still value your perspective and your opinion, and you are entitled to your opinion, right? And to also just treat one another still with respect and with that consideration as well. And then I think communication, obviously, communication plays a huge, huge part in all of our relationships. But I think that is what makes it healthy, right? Especially in a friendship, to know that my friend will communicate with me openly and honestly, and for her or for him to also have that assurance that I'm going to do the same, and always know, no, my friend knows that the space is here for them to express their feelings and thoughts and concerns, and they don't really have to just brood in silence, right? And there's support as well. I think it's a beautiful thing to have someone where you can rely on emotionally, because many times we like to bottle up our emotions and stuff like that. So support in a friendship, it makes it healthy and functioning, not in the sense of just physically that I can be there for my friend when she's going through something, but I can also be there for her emotionally and provide her with encouragement and be able to console her when she or him is going through difficult times, as well as to celebrate their successes, right? So a healthy friendship is also built on that there is a balance between our relationship, and that we are able to share like responsibilities and allow for both of the parties in the friendship to feel valued and supported, right? To have that I know my friend can come to me whenever she needs to, and for her to know that it's vice versa, right? Because in this relationship, you are both going to grow individually and develop individually, but also in the relationship, you are going to collectively grow together and develop as well. And you're obviously also going to be influencing one another positively, and this will impact personal growth as well. Then I also think the unconditional acceptance, because we want to have a place where there's a place or a person that we can be ourselves without judgment.
No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. I know you heard that. I know you heard that. But before I even go on, I just wanted to touch up on a couple of things. The benefits of friendship. Sometimes we often overlook that there are people out there who don't even have friends and are stuck within their loneliness. And I want you to know, I don't want you to let your loneliness to allow you to settle for what is that word? What is that word? It's at the tip of my tongue. What is that word? For unwholesome, unfulfilling. I don't want you in your loneliness, and once you come out of it and someone gives you attention or shows you a speck of just small specks of kindness, to end up in in an unfulfilling relationship where you are unable to grow and unable to share your boundaries and how you feel about certain things, because that's not the point of friendship. It is all about that mutual trust, that mutual respect, and being able to establish boundaries within a relationship is very important to help so that we are able to grow together, but also move together in a respectful manner. Because also, if you can't respect my boundaries, how am I supposed to trust you? How am I supposed to trust that when we leave here and we in a crowd with somebody else, you ain't gonna disrespect me because you disrespect me in my privacy, right? And I think this is how we end up in relationships with people who are just so disrespectful towards us, and you just feel so miserable. And also how we end up in friendships with the energy vampires of, oh, I spent so many years with this person, I wouldn't want to let them go. I really yada 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 yada. No ma'am. No, ma'am, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I want you to reevaluate. I want you to really introspect, to really look inward and really realize that there's nothing wrong with being lonely. And after that, I would like to share my personal experience with being lonely and having FOMO. I think at the beginning of this year, and truly just like at the beginning of this year, my friend and I, my best friend, who was just in the clip right now, we had a little bit of a fight. It was a misunderstanding that could have easily been communicated effectively, but we have since worked on it. That would not have been possible was she not a receptive, respective person. And the same on my end. Were we not able to communicate towards each other? You really hurt me when you did this. And I really apologize because I do realize that I hurt you when I did this. Someone who is respectful towards your feelings and your emotions and is able to emote to you. That is a true friend right there. That, just there. To some people, friends are the family that they choose. And imagine not being able to have that. Imagine that. Just, Don't end up in unfulfilling relationships. But also, most importantly, and instead of ending up in these unfulfilling things, how about we find new hobbies? After my friend and I had an argument, I think we had a couple of months, I think 2 or so months where we didn't speak as we were in, a distance, and I was in a period of isolation, and I had FOMO. Not with her, but also generally with my cousins, because we hadn't spoken in a long time, we hadn't seen each other, and I had misplaced there. And instead of like simmering in that loneliness, Big Daddy G pulled through and he's like, find a new hobby, find something new to do. I invested in the books that you see back there, and I read a little bit. I got the Twilight series. I learned to crochet. You see that tote bag over there? I made that with my hands. Oh, right? How about you instead you invest within yourself? There were genuinely times when I went to Wimpy, even though it's 10 a.m., I'm sitting at Wimpy with that cheap little breakfast and that cheap little small wine, and I'm just really enjoying my company within myself, because sometimes it is very needed and it is very necessary for you to know yourself in order to also be able to know what you want, and so that you're able to ask for it. Because once you are out of this period of isolation, then you finally find your tribe and the people you belong with, right? Like people who do not drain you. You would also be able to build up those boundaries. Like right now, I'm telling you right now, my peace comes above everything. My peace of mind comes above everything. If I feel uncomfortable with this situation, I am cultivating as a recovering people pleaser. I have been cultivating the necessary equipment that I need in order to help establish and set boundaries within my relationships. But I needed to know what healthy boundaries I needed to set. I needed to know what I wanted from a relationship. And when I came back, when me and my friend finally met up, I came back, I was like, I'm so sorry that this happened, but I do not want to continue the way we continued. And I would like for us to start, this is what I want, this is what I expect, rah, rah, rah. And we communicated every day where we have an open relationship. Come on now. And I would not have been able to do that had I not gotten the time to know myself a little bit. Had I not taken that opportunity in my isolation to to do a little bit of self-improvement. Just a little bit, not too much now. And I'm not saying that you are in need of constant self-improvement, because I also feel like constant self-improvement, if you get stuck in the sphere of consistent self-improvement, you forget to enjoy the moment. So in this period of isolation, if you in there, enjoy the moment. Enjoy being with yourself. Get to know yourself. What's your favorite wine? What's your favorite drink? You a clear person, and stop being scared to be weird. I was so scared. Like, there were moments when I would enter spheres where there are a lot of people and they're acquainted with each other, and I'm just there. I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. If I leave here knowing somebody, that will be cool. If I leave here not knowing somebody, that will also be cool. And that would not have been possible had I not been able to get more comfortable with myself. Wait, let me touch the screen real quick. Yeah, sorry. That would not have been possible had I not learned to be more comfortable within myself and my own skin. And also had, like, taught myself and learning. Girl, I bought my makeup, learn how to do my makeup. I got new hobbies. I learned to fill the time and space, and sometimes it's okay to feel a little bit lonely. What is not okay is to fill your space with venomous people, with people who consistently drain you, and when you leave them, you slagging them off. This person did this person did that. Rah, rah. Do you feel like maybe it would be better just to sit alone and instead of hang out with this person? Like, I'm just saying. So I really just wanted to share that. And don't let time, the amount of time that you have spent with somebody, you're gonna experience this, okay? Especially for my girlies who came out of high schools with friendships. If you're still friends with your girlies from high school, those are your 4 lifers. If not, that's okay. That's okay. It happens. We grow apart sometimes. And do not allow the amount of time that you have spent with somebody let you be stuck in an unfulfilling and unhealthy relationship with them. Because at the end of the day, we want relationships and people around us who we are able to grow with and be comfortable with and be able to cultivate. Oh, that's that word. Be able to cultivate and rely on these people. Now, yeah, I think I said all I needed to say. I don't want this episode of On the Block to be too long. You know, it is a bit of like an unscripted all over the place, but I got what I wanted to say through. I said all I wanted to say. But all in all, I hope we find fulfilling relationships and cultivate healthy relationships, not only within ourselves but with the environment and the people around us, and be open and more receptive. You know, even my little antisocial babies who like to keep to themselves. Biologically, we are created to seek community, and it is okay to crave and want for that. But if that's not the season, if that's not the time just yet, if you haven't met your tribe just yet, and that's okay too, boo-boo, okay? Just don't be so hung up on thinking about the future and what you could have that you forget the right here and the right now and all that you can be doing. So, let me not hold you anymore. Look it. You like it? I did it just for you. Thank you for coming to my video. Angus, say bye. I'm sorry, Angus is in a bit of a mood recently. I don't know what's been going on, but I'm trying. These teenagers. Thank you, and see you for my next video, whenever that may be. Bye! Ha!
You're a woman with a brain and reasonable ability. Stop whining and find something to do.